Percival Kofi Akpalu or you brutal mean Canada Percival Boko there
Boko Obi na ba cho so
nyame adom ye ho ye papa
e de nyame ase
na LPG to saying
nyakopon na dumara kwa LPG there yakuyanim yakuyanim say they say the parties you know yi MPP and NDC there the next party is LPG.
Hey, LPG.
Oh yes. Because LPG.
Okay, that is for political parties.
Oh yeah.
The Mami Busa say movement for change your political party. But the momentum mo gadan say LPG mo need some momentum no.
I don't can
we sure.
Abano ye to na hu de wum. Me first na me start you know na menti ase. Okuba bi ni pa bibre bojo so no so wa we na awie. By do say to aba na bo say
obehu smoothness level.
Because in pa no mo to aba no. Yeah, come say be almost 17 million. It is organizing per 3,000. No be na fa kuma. Why do you know say Ghana nyina no? There be na Ghana nyina no. Ghana is beyond that.
No media reports say omunya nipa 300,000.
Oh, it's a lie. Don't mind him. It's also Kumasi Sports Stadium.
Yes.
Nipa omo for no mundu Kumasi Sports Stadium. Kumasi Sports Stadium capacity is 40,000. 40,000 sure.
Till
pass on is no mundu Kumasi Sports Stadium capacity. And you know, men no ho nensre. You so ye adwuma na form.
It is LPG air kwaye work bisa wo Kumasi. Mo benya nipa say.
Betumanya more than that.
LPG.
Oh, so far as you have the money to waste.
Really?
Oh yeah, if you have the money to waste in one there, we can get more than that.
Money to waste meaning what?
Na say wo ya masinipa. Eti wo be fa nipa the car no ma dey mobilize them do maba. Say iska. Ba me ni say iska na me kwa say no sisia. So na me chen ba say me kwa say work we there. Metima more than that. Anywhere in Ghana.
Really?
Metima similar thing of voter region e chenam kwa.
Enya nipa sa
voter region. Metima nipa more than that in voter region.
LPG.
Because LPG, so say you were 18 constituencies in the voter region.
Sure.
LPG now we have 15 offices in voter region.
15 offices.
Yes.
Oh.
And then so your candidate,
parliamentary
candidates. So that mention. Oko OT. So OT 9.
Yes.
We have offices in every constituency in OT.
Oh.
Oko Upper East, we have 15 offices. We have 15 offices in Upper East.
15 constituencies, more 15 offices in Upper East.
So come with their executives, then they are working. Neze be omote talk. Oko Upper West 11. We have every constituency we have an office. Oba Savannah 7. Ninyina babia so your office.
More office.
Oba Northeast 6. Babia office. Oba
kind of sakeke na you be verify you.
Oh, you can go ahead and verify. You can go. Met me quite a video of them. Oba half 6 offices. We have 6 offices there. Nini na suri pa omo ye adwuma. Oba Ashanti region.
Yes.
We currently have 7 offices in Ashanti region. We are working on that. Oba Eastern region. Baby this Swedru, Achim Swedru. Achim Oda.
Yes.
Achiase.
Okay.
We have offices there. So the mention Kofodia.
Kofo omo ye
adwuma. Nese you omo ye adwuma nkasa. Brim. That is a Brim.
Yeah. A Brim constituency.
A Brim is area. You see LPG flying. Oba Akosombo area no. So Honyina your office so Eva Central region.
Yes.
Gomwa West your office, Gomwa East your office. Asen North your office. Asen South your office. So the Mecheno. Fancyman your office. AK your office. We are LPG we call Western North your offices for we call Western region your offices for Baka Central. Ifabim.
We are cover baby no.
Bruno and
Bruno East.
Oko Wenchi, Oko Sunyai, we have offices there. Oko Tachiman.
That's my national party.
Exactly. The party is everywhere. And we are growing on a daily basis. We have a lot of people who are supporting LPG. say you can say LPG and it's a caneno. Also,
now maybe we mean say who a leader and founder.
Yeah.
O national chairman here when
Mr. John Ameka.
John Ameka.
John Ameka.
Muko Congress na mu yi no.
Exactly.
Muko Congress.
Oh yeah, that was July 2020.
July 2020.
Yeah.
And the General Secretary so.
Oh yeah, that's Jerry Usuapa. We see Akromika say conference or Senegal. Senegal. He is representing the party.
Oh.
Yeah, all the liberal parties.
Oh, liberal parties.
Yeah.
In the UK, no more sister party are Lib Dems. No?
Lib Dems, yeah.
Liberal Democrats.
Yes.
No?
So we are part of the Liberal International.
And then South Africa, more sister party.
DA, Democratic Alliance.
Oh. More sister party DA.
Yeah, Democratic Alliance.
I don't know way party no. EFF.
Oh, Sunday there's small party.
Malema there no.
And look at the small party. No, mono so my socialist.
We are liberals. In the more to the right. Center right.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not center right. Yeah, center.
More to the center.
Exactly. So because some are center left, some are center right.
Sure.
Yeah.
More center as liberals.
I also liberals, you're more leaning to the left.
Sure.
And those who are leaning to the right.
To the right.
Or the
yes.
But at the end of the day, we all come down to the middle. Once I say Democratic Union, I don't know MPP for
IDU, no. International Democratic.
Yeah, I don't know MPP for Edom.
Yeah.
And I have Socialist International.
Socialist International.
NDC for yeah. We are part of the Liberal International. And then African Liberal Network. Yeah. We are a political party. We are not joking. I'm
grown now. I say obi opeso ohun se mu ye serious no. On share o posters and billboards all over the place.
Oh, and the crowd like guys say because of so no
in the mutoni down.
So no tin na me adoma.
I feel am be say page
across the country.
Wow.
O say na mo weekend na mo ho. We call ho no NDC for na team posters ni nyina.
Now so dem who say NDC for.
Na no man be na wan be. O ma titi ni nyina.
No say nipa boni ni bit ma ye.
Nipa boni ni we NDC ni. No, but
who say NDC a corporate organization? They have a reputation to protect. You cannot make allegations against them just like that.
I'm a former national organizer. I'm very say Akamba.
Yeah, Akamba.
O some guys about team posters in Nina.
Say no, you come on, deep. How do you prove it?
Fair no. What's all no about how much team posters in Nina? Akamba ne kasa sem. So the mechano. Joshua Akamba. Unim eti omata team posters no ho central eti mebusa nipa no no omata team posters no so omhunu say Kofi Akpalo no ehunahuna wo mo and you know they have to remove them no say na de no omata te ayarga de no so ayarga de is a threat. You don't see it as a threat.
Ayarga APC
omhunu say a threat. But mu LPG no as a threat. Kofi Akpalo no. Akpalo the name Akpalo no hunu na wo mo. Nti o matete. Wow. But dey ebeko bofoforo.
Mo be san bofoforo.
Ebeko bofoforo. Ebeko bofoforo. Ebeko the chance akra. Ebeko 3 times.
Yes.
Because I say mo madwuma mo mo ye. So the meche ebeko ma bo. Ebeko ba ma afi dey. Efie bia nya bi. So so we dey enya adwuma din bia ma ye. We will do it. Na who's a whole central so my brother no who no the wife and a big
candidate whole central
yeah and you know
as a 2024 there you are in for real business.
Oh yes because 2024 honestly speaking
how do you what do you tell Omoaye Kase if there is any serious third forces here? It's looking like the movement for change.
O say so be kam o say me ba ha say memre bi na me ka so Alan the omoye on the be winning. MPP.
Sure.
Also say me ka o be ka ya. Because on the 10th of March 2010
yes
I saw a dream. That is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And in the dream I saw Alan and another person in the boxing ring. And I was in their middle.
Diana also
yes. So I was and I knew Sir Alan was going to be a presidential candidate of MPP because
the MPP.
Yeah, because that was
the
yeah. Oh, sir, patch or no domino no. That is my interpretation.
Okay.
But unfortunately, also omo yo mabano was step down.
Sure.
It was step down. No come some wives and I die and my huniana and I'm say because Alan was not going to be presidential candidate. And the 2 weeks and I'm who say press conference say he's going. And me who say 2024 election way I will win the elections.
Kofi Akpaloo.
Exactly.
Oh
yes, I'm the next president of this country.
Me
say I will win the elections. But what I'm telling you is that I'm ready. Ubusa ICG. ICGC.
Yeah.
Ubusa ICGC for.
Sorry no.
Sorry. Ubusa
honorable sorry okono.
So no Kokumasi.
Okay.
Tamana Sean. Sean more year leaders no no bring that common. Satam me be kan da ye bi e wa sorry.
Sorry okono no.
I be kan no so Apollo da bodam. In 10 years after.
See.
Da ye ni see that time me frabocha ba me all man almost at from say Apollo I didn't be kan na yesre wo no. Nam so me kasaka ke be de me hunu me da meka. Because on the 4th of November 1989 I saw a dream. In the dream, I saw 3 white doves on my head. Naka me chibako over dying him. And what took us to me some. And then Chobi was a trust in God. And ever since I've been trusting in God, and God has never failed
you.
Did I go look at the men? Me guys when I'm who ya. I am ready. Me kwaya juma landed oh. Na juma no na night. It is am Tom say no mada. Ewa kunyam. And I me so that na me nya omo boloto. Until you bought 1 first number, second number, third number. All man are quite be a lot of need more being
yes.
It's for vice neighbor. Sakwane de minim say me feel for be for smanu. When him numbers na me nyan what I know. It came exactly 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
O just say.
Wow.
Me so da na e dia ba abbo me batrim. Ama me bana frim. That na mo US. A deep batteries, my friend was, what has been so, me banda who was say, how did you know? And I'm so okay. Me so that now be the above me banitrim. Me bad girl. The men who what I am. Obiano be a president, me hui. From Rollins up to Omapeni Nana Akufo-Addo. Obiano be a president before. Because at that time I was UK, and boy be a friend no tender. That was October, and our friend was that was October 2008. No friend no say oh you didn't command so at times by winning election. No masa MPP be winning so that be. This is what I saw in my dream. Me so that ya the mechano because we me so we were there to come. I know.
It is that I was so much as
I'm the next president of this country.
President.
I will win the elections. And as to how I win the election, me myself I don't even know.
Oh, name.
Me name. I did first year and nobody understands it. Until any woman, who I have born 2 who say Nakuponsa will be a Kubia was
Percival Kofi Akpaloo,
the next president of Ghana,
the next president of the Republic.
I will win the 2024 elections. Maybe I won't Jindi, but
I am forced to believe you because Ube Winia, Ube minister.
And there's information stand in Canada. I can't all.
I should be interested.
Kodona me person me baby dinashe.
What's up baby?
Kodona say me aminia because when you baby financial you me yeah there this senior people asamu. So far as you can perform. Obi say Dr. Opuni,
former Cocoa Board CEO.
Only say me president me appoint
Opuni. Why? What is it about him?
I know something about him. Me who say we disciplined.
Or solid.
I only say baby should be never show.
Dr. Opuni.
Yes. Me wo go for bi one my year mark wo. Say he say we am so mom pedi because I will just involve them in my government.
Yeah, that's interesting. Percival Kofi Akpaloo and Amoten and Kano incoming president of the Republic of Ghana. Madam for Bako or Nancy calling to the Ghana bar. Your friend Tony Ban Esquire.
Okay.
Bank.
Okay, Tony.
Osemin Kancho say ononso wo ho nti wo cha appointment na wakai no.
No, there's one be a dikrantino.
Oh, na den bank
na bank there.
Oh. Now
Nazim must come in rooms kaketwa.
Oh dear, Mate. Onabo ko do asare, o just naba. Enti we dey akwa ba edikan. The TBH4.
Wow.
And that's the packaging.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
TBH.
TBH.
Oh, okay.
TBH, where the Madam CP. Mama.
TBH, TBH.
THB. The Hope brand.
Yeah.
The Hope brand.
Monsieur Aye, and I really appreciate you guys. Again, yanyan omom de o man support to ni bi na every.
Me say esom so bre.
Debi me say yanyan omo aye de ano na bu yan has style.
Kwado
has for style na omo support to team no. Fo bi anasa.
Kwado
ye biska unya omo.
Me kokotoko match mo lusu da.
Esa yanyan no ne e ka. Ye pe omo a de omo sunsun ne omo sika
support the team.
Support kokotoko nya no.
Nya no ansem. Debi. Nya me
ka has for new money.
Has for de no.
Ano phobia. No be
kofi. Chapter no man be to you just say o 2 minutes on be compose you amount is
e ba se yin ska no be
aduane
o ba has say so na to mo ko Africa ko chawo mo
kuma say
ana wa sem ko chicho mo ne
e ma na enu aduane ni ade nyina they
contribute
circles na solid. As for one some free be chapter because say chapters na one more nabu ye you coach we onya de mu nyino na ya to be afede enu de obenya mo. Because you fan support the team. No way. TN Kotoko no, we are very, very, very scripted.
Okay.
What you say? Team say work room hangina Bukotoko.
Oh yeah, fact.
Now almost like you
branded.
Now often say
Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Yeah, team papa. And ya you call Toba or ye palm or I didn't pony red, gold, green, palm I didn't pony. Red, gold, red, yellow, blue. Post office area.
Okay. But this just is nice.
Well, a correct one. Properly yes, number 10.
Wow.
That's a nice jersey.
Oh, that's a nice jersey. I love the color.
Fabu.
Papa. We abaye because this Sunday any hearts.
Charlie.
And hearts for neighborhood.
And I'm say kwan so ama omo ansa. Omo ankasa bi omo da. Omo se omo coach Bronino na.
Bibini ma so atroka.
Oh, Charlie. Has fa.
But so much that 8. Has that is ko to 7.
Oh, na say ndie nye.
Enti no na ko to nya better
last 4 matches you winning in.
The only challenger ye nya Ekosiapia, he had to be at the point he had to leave town and all of that. We will recover. You know, you can't. As for the talk we have
but because there's such a league in the Musa has no more from bar. But I'm checking now has for that 8.
The challenge for them, they say, the last 4 matches results in Ngoye Mom. In the supporters, no any abri almost. Nancy Omuko Omukra away, your friend is saying, Pubiman. And
I said, go for so that's a move room.
After Sawi, 4 matches, we've won everything.
And I'm Mutumako say nation service.
Now so proud.
Notice how we now command Jesse for what? Don't waste it, no beyond wasting Jesse mine. And I'm more, wait as I way.
Somebody say nation service. Yes, someone knows.
So the way I then our man Jesse.
Yeah,
Jesse. Support.
Anyways, Orawala Kwaba, Bibi Aboko.
Obi, Yamiandum, Yahuye Pa. Panda now, yeah. So we are going to a bit of struggles, but we will survive. I believe. Charlie, Kroma she. Akpalu says, "Oh, ba wache. Oh, be so crowd."
Yeah, it's true.
And you know, more fast. You be shemuna. You intimi sustain what I say because Charlie, the times are rough. So until one year now. Wako paba. Do you understand? But me, I'm not that type. I like to keep fighting. Inti munyina mumia mwenina muma yem pushina intimi engina ontino. Minim se ne memo ayde.
Na Ghana for na mo be fie Christmas, you know. Mumu bebre na afre se mo ba mo be ko.
Exactly.
E mo mfa wo se enye oyo.
Exactly.
O touch it down.
So my kwan no.
O say.
So my kwan dan animo no. Mo se kwan na ofro ma no be see Sprinters Road no
school junction kwan no
also my akosi motorway no it is all Sprinters nearby na so here
ofri motorway short ofri tema eba wait me afa afa bridge na say ababisia just say short from that end
in the Bronya area your go to place Panda restaurant wo Ashali Botwe school junction okwa ubehu ewo hona for the best Chinese meals the air depa born and so ewo from okwa ubenye bi edi number na ye 0240 903 988. You can call them anytime. Now place you order 0240 903 988. Na only one into me any enkomo ehia yen papa na bronya yi ma wabusu ani enye de bia na abenkwan wo fie ne wo mu anu wasesem kakra
na obi uni me epese ye packages
okay
nti wo de wo abrochire na pese wo ye wo busia for sure e bia this year went me amba ti no ane se wo be frɛ yen na ye wo packages ye be wrap no fine ye say Desenia, de ade koche will be, you know, gifts is ye go near the packaging on it here. Just say they on your in your name, you know, on your behalf near the and you know sa package, you know, from next week you best start the social media platforms near the so as a man for be nebo. Yeah, no reasonable. There's a man for betimi
that's good. Fantastic, Inti. Your excuse me, your Xmas just got better. Just patronize Panda restaurant na bibia enkoye. Me bacho utie me said ya mutie no opese also contributor. We encourage you to be an active listener and not a passive one. Inti utie ya o adwentra, you can send a text message. Ye be kind amount. Your WhatsApp number very active. 0548 443 523 0548 443 523. Ma yenya messages. We say Obi, please tell Kofi Akpalu to spare us the noise because the next president of the republic is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as vice president. Greetings to Honorable Kwejo Ba Ajeman, incoming MP for the good people of Asante Achem North, and Apostle Dr. Engineer Kwejo Safo, my godfather. We free Ohineba Kwejo Poku, also Ashali Botwe, and all the way Aba. We say Obi. Okay, Gamel, thank you. Your message, no, I don't get the head and tail of the message. We say Obi, look, Mr. Kofi Akpalu isn't someone we should take his dreams true, because in the year 2020, Mr. Akpalu said on one of your sister stations, to be precise, NIT FM, that he had a dream of winning the election and that his dreams are always come to pass, and it never came to pass, and he's still dreaming. Tell him to join the winning team for us to break the 8 with Dr. Bawumia, where Noah the Ark Builder, also Koko Milemle, and Odiweyaba. We say, Obi, please tell Akpalu that when Jesus Christ was performing his miracles, there was another bar Jesus doing saying. So not all dreams are from God. Okay, Roland or Accra. Where's Obi? Ho is his home base where he can draw 50,000 crowd, and the same people are destroying his posters. Wow. Obi so dia or dia ba and no Akpalu on your point about posters. No, where's Obi? With due respect, you shouldn't entertain Okay, indeed, that's fine. Wait, Obi, good afternoon. Ghanaians know how the importation of essential goods destroying our economy and negatively affecting our local companies. Local rice farmers are crying because their rice are without buyers. Rice importers can use their money to buy these local rice, which are rotten in our farms. Okay, Silas Ampia Odum or Ashaiman and Udiwea Brain. Where's Obi? Ask Akpalu that in the Elembele constituency, where is his office? Opro ewo Iziama and the way Aba. Akpalu office where Elembele? Western region.
No, mini office.
Okay.
Mini office home. That's the MPP and this mini office baby. Oh,
who is sure?
Oh yes, cause Srebo right now. Oh,
that cannot be true.
Me say, oh, remember say me can say na say you. First Srebo say Dr. Srebo.
It's not true.
Oh dear.
It's not Srebo then on him.
Srebo is director of Electoral Commission.
No, Electoral Commission only maybe a constituency. What? Only a constituency.
But it will be strange to say
NDC, MPP, they don't have offices.
It's not true. It's not me for me. I'll speak for my party. Me, Kwejo Duasare. Please,
as former,
please, Mami Kantro, Udima, don't sit here and throw.
The referee is no. The boy was a
referee. Me, Kwejo
no, immediate past director, special.
Apart from that, my contesting deputy general secretary twice.
Yes.
That takes me to please. A long time. Listen. I have gone every constituency Ghana has say all of it in this country. To say state of the art.
Yeah, but there is an office.
There is like
a functioning party office
place. It could be somebody's property or the ama say and party officer you rented the ama. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. But there is a presence in the constituency. Please, this is not a fact. Anything?
The last check. The last check. It's a Fred Dr. Srebo. Almost parties baby.
They say, Srebo cannot give you that information.
Me added information on Deban. Akpalu me
you see, almost all the political parties letters. Say one meet certain requirement. You be child party.
Okay.
A child party will be so become 17 parties. The list of all the parties and their offices.
Okay.
MPP and NDC, they had less than 130 offices across the country. 130 offices across the country.
As in per what the EC considers an office.
Yes.
It is almost a benchmark in the year, Juma.
Exactly.
Now, or just 130 offices.
It's not true. It's not true.
I'm being honest with you.
It's not true.
What you call a meeting place might not qualify to what the EC thinks an office should be.
It's easy, we see prototype office movie. For us to say this is the standard office for a political party. We see movie. Please, I know they stop talking like that.
What's 31st of December?
Yes.
Parties in 11 parties in our Ghana, registered parties.
They can't come near NDC and MPP. And they shouldn't.
Up to 31st of December.
Someone you're doing.
So be a team meeting.
The requirement of an office in each constituency.
Not in each constituency. Say a year 2 tests of the constituency. Okay. And parties.
And failure to do that, what happens?
Say they may. What am I saying? They may cancel your party.
These two parties put us on one end. Now we can't them. Don't bring yourself near us. Maybe you can get something like a container kind of. Please, what are you talking about?
Okay.
I have an hour when you can say and verify our list your boy wallahi.
Say the honor
please.
The office also
opa also about the one constituencies or towns. Obobo towns Akosombo your constituency. Exactly. So mention Sojama, show us where the office is. Now you are afraid who say Okasa na Oka Kede na Oka Atiasi.
I'm getting some information by the kind way free Ekosiisen Tasifua or say Menchao Emano, Honorable Member of Parliament for Old Tafo. I'll say Obi Napo should be a better pair for Dr. Baumia. I hear you, Ekosiisen. Okay, wait, say Obi. NDC and Muntia Wayo, I think it settled the debate really. NDC and MPP had offices in the 261 districts per our last inspection of political party officers in 2002. It did the two parties no qualified.
That was 2002.
No, 2002.
2020. That's last year. In the all, you were 261 districts in Ghana. MPP NDC has offices in every district.
Please, not NDC MPP.
So we LPG.
Where South Die?
South Die office, no. Okay. No problem.
Masa, you would what thought now ubu or the anymore. Wait to now.
Information from the Director of Electoral Services, Dr. Srebo Kweku, and also NDC MPP had offices in 261 districts per our last inspection of political party offices in 2022. Yes, or the information way about.
These two parties, you can't place yourself anywhere near them. No, UGC. Put yourself in that category and deal with it. Now the NDC MPP how?
Okay, my chest. So say office.
Well, I think office no motion districts rather than constituencies.
My chest a district. Say the difference between the district and constituency. Sure. Just only 15.
Absolutely.
Chinos also more 261. Because those one me access offices, you know.
Me say some of the places you go,
and your party in Ankasa rented way. Or say be oha obi na dey ama party.
Because you see, issue letter my.
Me who reach you more
issue my no. Almost 13 room. So almost
me say more ye di me
has okay come back show say
mushroom let parties in Kenya family ko be bia
so count na democracy
but how do you want to give your seniors their respect? Don't do that. Oh yes, give us the respect as we deserve.
NDC
but you to try to rub shoulders at this point. What are you rubbing your shoulders with?
Talking about political parties, now as you are aware, the CPP is not looking good at this stage. As we speak, no, the national executives of the party are resigning en masse, like en bloc. Oh, yeah, no, in the while we speak, there is an interim management committee in place.
Yes. Jama elders who say why
say neck. Neck no is made up of the regional officers plus the national officers.
Yes.
No, making up the neck. And I think be central driven committee. They met yesterday in Kumasi. And I think they impressed upon them say either you resign or we impeach you. And people initially the decision was for the chairperson or your band to make a chairperson any the general secretary and I almost say omumino and for and the other executive said no, for us to work for these two to go there we will not. In the end now would resign and block. Is that the situation with the CPP?
Have they resigned?
Yeah, they have. I have confirmed that from Naya.
But I know some resign. My many some resign.
Chairperson.
Okay, that I confirmed from Naya Jantua.
Some resign. But when him Obi, party Eketwa be say DB.
That CPP the nyeke to us how.
CPP. Simply na nipana say. Oh, nipana kakra bi. Is a somewhere party ngakra na masom na maye na I say PNC. Ni me no nyina say confusion kwa. What I say, they are not looking at winning power. They're not looking at building a party. It's like they're looking at the front. Or the mechano. We are looking at something else. And you know, they always fighting. And
no, but the idea Abua war partner, for example, the figurehead, who is around. You are leader, founder of the party. What's a flag bearer? Omono any bisa. There's a gum confusion.
Miss, and I'm just saying, say gum unity. Intina answer. Me say gum unity. Intina answer. Akpalu, you know. Masa, you can on the ground.
Yeah.
On the ground.
Yeah.
Gum is far ahead of LPG. On the ground, based on last electoral results and all of that. You can't almost wait.
Why a big mistake?
Wait on the ground as of now. You can't. You better be quantifier. You know, posters posters
a mistake. Gum. Last election over here, no doubt about that. But before, now PPP, 2012 PPP was third.
Yeah.
2016 PPP was third. But just 2020, no PPP normally say, Omudi, I said 10 for 9th. What I say?
Yes.
It would be no year sticker.
Now 2020 LPG Moody is saying
over
7.
Yeah. What you know, your party na building no. Any breakaway be na you.
That's a good so breakaway.
Fantastic. But when him said the baby to sustain some momentum, no, and see another thing.
That is what matters.
That's what matters.
No, you see,
between
the two parties, between GUM and
LPG.
Me, GUM, because I have been part of NDC's growth, like in how we are nurturing the party's growth, the systems are GUM used a certain system and as a modeler, it appealed to a certain group of people.
GUM.
Yes. I mean, person make boarding because a strategic friends say who call boarding is what come microphobia ideas. And that is what worked for them. Do you understand? And you know, and just putting how many posters of GUM did you see? They were on the ground.
No, it's all over.
Do you understand? Before the 20, who just said they were on the ground working in certain corners. I mean, person never boss are you know. What you say? What they are all posters? Superficial,
problem.
What you say? Superficial. I don't know. Poster we need election. Posters we need election. Do you understand? The network are the winning election and your posters. Do you understand? Because who jina election, Ghana high elections, who jina polling center cry one here the better when two posters the list of the issues. What you say? The list of the issues. If you don't deal with those fundamental, who jina polling center cry now we win cry to me lose. You understand? So if you don't have the mechanism to ensure, say, at the polling center, near your 2 years now,
unya,
masa, you are not a political party.
My main kind we remember Palu. We say Obi. What Kofi Akpalu is saying is the truth. For instance, in the Ekosiisen constituency, the NDC is yet to have a constituency party here. Is it a party or an office? Constituency. They have a party. I mean, it'll be more constituency executives there. I think you meant party office. Yao Marvin o Ekosiisen medase papa. We say, Obi, please clarify this for me. Can a movement without offices be allowed to contest an election in Ghana? Mind you, say, omonya political party. You run as an independent candidate, which is allowed. You don't need officers necessarily work as an independent. Political parties now also meet our threshold. This one says that Obi, whilst both parties are struggling to settle on a running mate, which is business as usual, we need to be reminded of the press conference that the special prosecutor held. He owes the nation a duty to name and shame all those alleged corrupt bigwigs that are running away from the law through injunctions. A lot of Ghanaians have become rich through corrupt means that has affected many Ghanaians. Ghana would have been a better place without those people. We need discipline, honesty, and patriotism to help move the country to where we all want it to be. George Ni Okaite, Ewa Chicago, and Ediwe Abba. And another additional information from Dr. Sribo Kweku. Ose Obi, 9 other political parties did not meet the office requirement. So they were given up to 31st December to put their house in order, leaving 11 active parties. The remaining 17 were deregistered based on the 2022 inspection. And it is here now, there are 11 active parties at the moment. Yeah, 9 no mama the way grace period say by 31st December they should put their houses in order, and yes you would also be deregistered. Now makwa 17 na you deregister omo no and please a word to a wise is enough. Monfa enye ejuma. We say Obi, Dr. Baumia said he is a man on his own now. Therefore, he must not allow himself to be influenced by attempting to bring any of the 2 women you mentioned. Else, NPP is heading towards doom in election 2024. He must listen to the foot soldiers too. Gasti man, ewo brekum, and on the way abba. And I've got friends sending me say. So Obi, send me Edua Saris catering service details. I'll do that, Kojo. Kojo, Madame Fopa, CEO of Vibes Consult, one of the very, 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 very solid travel and tour companies in our country at the moment. Vibes Consult. Juma, papa. So Obi, good evening. Tell Honorable Akpalu that John Dramani Mahama will give him appointment in either a district or a municipal to manage. And so he should join the NDC, wrestle power from the NPP. Greetings to our next MP for Upper West Achim Constituency, Honorable Dra Emmanuel, Eric Tetefroku, Deputy Communications Officer, NDC. And on the way about lot of messages. We say, Obi, please ask Kofi Akpalo that is his party also a movement or a political party? Now I would say it's his party. And I was... a movement and a political party anyways. Well, I would advise him to do himself good by supporting Dr. Baumia to break the 8 instead of wasting his hard-earned money. My regards to Honorable Hawa Kumsin, Yao Kantata, or Kaswa, and Udiwe Abrain. Ma Yanshana Yan Twas Obi. Kofi is winning the election, but I think you are not being fair to your candidate, Kofi Akpalu. You are the already appointed Minister of Information for LPG on record. In my view, you should be the person, as incoming information minister, selling your party by telling us the number of offices you have. This should not be the work of your candidate. If you care to know, no contribution towards winning, no position as Minister of Information, please leave candidate Kofi alone to sell his vision. Why? Obi Okela, so the way you are seriously listening to your candidate is interesting. Obi, please ask candidate Kofi Akpalu, which position will he offer me? Since he's thinking about appointing Honorable Kojo Eduasari, then I'm also waiting to hear what position I'll be giving Paul De Suso, a member of the NDC, Worcester, Massachusetts, and all the way. Yes.
The way I bar near campaign, near Kasala, do issues so every time. Near Beka NDC side, now I call the opposite. Near NDC MPP Beka, no I call Tariomo. Near NDC Beka, no. Say we need election we am person me who know your corridors no of baby
mo corridors saying
so I don't need American he knows what I'm talking
about. That's how you Ghana ni
no me say me person me who know your corridors because we are going to win this election. The person me man tell no say at least who be align and no align and that's how we boy buga na fe we ni na fe who na me corridors
adia be power Ghana. And it's NDC pa minimo omo wa dwin bi say eduru omo so mo ba
say omo wini abana
wi asa no ma dwin omo because no so
na okra po o ji bi say omo
no de na metaphysical
me
because we have won elections in this country.
Tell you confidently.
What you say?
NDC will not win 2020.
Masa, who will you want seat?
No. AC. NDC to win 2024.
It will not happen.
No, I better not see.
Mate.
And I want all NDC penyinfo to record this statement.
Yes. Senya Jamba winning.
Me see. Kofi Apalu say NDC will not win 2024 election. And I want it to go on record. Because me, same way, my friend very serious.
You better not winning.
Because
but I won't say a lot of things happen in elections.
Yes.
I mean, for example, because God willing,
yes,
he might be on the ballot paper.
Yes.
Say election equal runoff. Parties will begin lobbying smaller parties to support. Let's assume say
nobody is discounting what the party betting.
Sure.
Do you understand? But you see, monkeys play by sizes. What you say? You say, seven. You want to say you know, oko time. Me too atadi. Akwala, yes, akwala bongwa.
That's more pleasant.
Yeah, now I was looking for something. It was a me can't win na. Akwachi win na ba. What you say? It no bongwa. What you say? Continue to crack your snails. Don't. Because you see, if anything, you never bow. Do you understand? You never bow. But who crap? It do some point now. With the speed. And I bet you movie.
Very well.
Because you know, sir, it will butter your bread. No matter what. It is discounting your friends. Until say you be could do a line. You know you're fine. That is why we, but Charlie, ubia or boy a shibomuno or no na. You say, no papa no suba. We will look at those ones first.
Very well.
Ekosiisen
say hi Asempa FM.
Because Kofi Kuyadonko.
Yes.
When we were in government, they were with us all the time.
Oh, really?
Bisano. They were with us every now and then. Flagstaff House, ministry.
You were seeing them there.
Do you understand? We were with you. And then all of a sudden, MPP comes. And then it's now like we opposing your friend and say it's not fair.
No, that's the fact say or express divergent opinions from
yes, sir. Not to say because you are opposition. Fair weather friends. Fair weather friends.
Mema crime will respond. Mema crime will respond.
Obi, sir.
Mate, my mema unse uko election now you're victorious, the feeling is different. My member Dr. Bernard Okobo. Parliamentary candidate and Udika gap na gap neso Dr. Bernard Okobo akwa ba net saying Bibi Aboko
ahead of time.
No, you're too much. Charlie, congratulations. Hey, now Ochimu
Obi anybody on kita to you. We say we must remember we must masunda ni na wo papa nsem.
Exactly.
Enti ono na yesu frɛ no na ye tumadin.
Yeah.
Na wa boy.
Wow. It was a beautiful victory. Congratulations.
The more elections you go, the more you learn. Until you keep the focus. Unze even friends them interview me see me. Prime Minister and your radios.
Yeah.
Now form. Me pese me da nyankopon ase na madam nyina ase. Me se na mbom pa ma me.
Yeah.
Mu de e ba me ye bias na mu de.
Oh yeah, na maka o.
Yeah, who state bias.
Of course. And maka e ba Dr. Okobo am bias.
First time me board member you chair me be a conflict of interest.
Yes.
As he said agenda no ba na wa asem wo mu a.
No, we declare the fast.
Na law na excuse you. One cardia on betro.
On betro.
It's met that delegates in sume dom nyina ase.
Yes.
Nyame adom mako all the contestants omofie.
Oh, okay.
Honorable Brian. The next day now I'm starting movement.
Sunday Sunday
numre. Na me wo Honorable Clifford Mate. Ono na Oba I think the last part one.
Okay.
And now Honorable Brian Mejide Sunday Okase na what just emergency embra enra.
Okay.
Tenra najo. You about 8 o'clock na
na o ni fi.
You bon come kama. And pa wa frame Adamas. Saying na be ejuma. And I'm call one honorable Ashite Olenu.
Olenu, yes.
And also our committee. Ochanda paso me call elders bia. Almost what party no more. Say you hear ko yina nye so mo ma fa kidi. Sure. But politics ain't easy. You have to go to everybody.
Sure.
They now own so person on board over corner. You person on me over corner. So Obi, one of the things I also learned the last time is when I won the primaries, I assume so be our mafa inside. Well, see upon Tia Jumano. Yeah. Now inside, you know. I'm on for a boy. Exactly. Now I check so assembly and you be a recognition. This job is difficult. Sure. So you keep on moving from place to place. But Obi, once we are in it, Ejumana starts. Yeah. And what GD say, when people ask me what's the chance, we work hard, pray hard, 2 things. No further comments.
Work hard and pray hard. In Lejokuku constituency.
No further comments.
Wow. Work hard, pray hard. Honorable Kojedu Asari.
Yes, sir.
After MPP orphan constituency elections, or first time I will bahani. Now the battle lines are drawn, and I use battle lines advisedly. In your constituency, Adenta constituency, and other constituencies, our perhaps will be the home common. The MPP has chosen Kosi Akosua Menu. Ocean victory now. It was quite an interesting victory. And this is where you can't do that. The sitting MP. Waka Wahada said it is a seat you would maintain for the first time in the history of the constituency. After the choice of Kosi, no, when you rethink,
Obi Midasi, Obekaya, Demu Heya, and I'm catcher say, me personal, any Kosi, me personal choice for this seat, for the MPP primaries, Ekosiisen. And this is for a reason. Person is silencing one time.
Kosi.
One time. When we are, this is a MP primary scrub beyond Bayon.
Hey.
Yes.
So that's a personal.
Not my can't have that. That's why are you surprised? I don't have anything. Me share me that. My channel, my TNO, and all of that. And no, na media draw me battle lines. Baba Tofik there. Now some will be oye hata kakra. So, intina me pe ubia. You know, a man for what gravitas be one. And I've done this. Bisa Facebook. Maybe I be and try some promoting before the elections near the every time you me comment. So I'm on Fanembra. Don't forget, say the margin between Yeni Yabwabi in the last election, 1,000, almost 1,400, 14,000.
Oh, 14,000.
14,000
in 2020.
2020.
14,000.
And me catch we are going to move it to 19,000.
Hey, the margin between Ramadan and Kosi be 19,000.
I know the target you know, we are happy she's on board. Me see everyone otise
primaries so obedwane
efrem especially near Denta on your tent.
Hey,
I live in the constituency. All my life. Yeah, of course, we call that neighborhood of 1981 till now. I know what I'm talking about. MPP has never been for Adenta has never been for MPP. And the 2 times they have won that seat. Question marks. I'm telling you no lie. And this time, loopholes now omodi winning elections, you know. We have identified it and we are going to just say it, you know.
But Cozy comes on board with some new dynamism,
which is
factors are
tell me would be
and she's out there, she communicates for her party, she's good looking, she has charisma, all of those things it play out in elections like these. Or easy for people to relate to in a constituency like Adenta.
Ramadan no fair.
Oh, Ramadan.
You say good looking, one can good looking.
Make the trait of
Ramadan time then the work cause Ramadan short off. Tell me, does he speak better than Ramadan? Have you heard Ramadan speak before? Or no on your radio personality like radio bay like some of us? But listen to Ramadan speak. You will bet brofwa yachiwo 18th century. You understand? One the way our sister.
Yeah.
Ekasano. Minim se for family no yes that the omo school be from omo collabremu omo papa nkasakra. So what I mean come on. So that's it. The balance our part no dia it's not a criterion na ube kase ube jinaso dia your friend say. You see, until recently when she decided to contest, what has been her track record in Adenta? And then what has been her contribution in anything? You bet me the attributed to the Oko went before Obeye MP. Your friend is saying Juma Waye wo hospital the Maniema Ekasamano before he became the friend saying MP Olusu Yekra again. Here he is, and I can tell you, say it's going to be a tough battle though. But I heard here because my party is also contesting. It's a body. Yes, you know, we will always stick with our party, even though. I mean, body. You understand?
Yes.
So there is something you can attribute him to in the constituency. What is causes then or what has he contributed to the constituency? It me anyone say they even, of course, like I said, I don't know whether those who have that track record nanka Omumuabua constituency no in the past. This time they didn't show interest in Tina to almost new face of Baba Tofik has been around, a youth guy, you know, on a party money, others in the constituency, they've been around, but you can't wait. What you say, you can't wait. Baba Tofik is not. I feel no, maybe by the time a man of the next other opportunity, you know, you would have gathered some gravitas. So, but from what you are saying, Metro TV, TV3, Asempa, communication appearance is not an Adenta preserve. BBR with me, so I can say, Enunti Adenta for.
Honorable Sylvester Tetese can show. And he's also an MP, a contested election. Say, Obi, tell Edu Asari to be measured in running his mouth for because the job they grant.
Which job? You say the ground will be there with the lie. Do you understand? You know if you come out from space, form hall, form hall, now say me free, my free Diaso, ABC form, and our mobile says a job no work form. Why no work form? Why no work form? That is the point I'm making. Let me say, Obi. Because of Cozy.
Yes.
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 This
election,
the campaign.
Yes.
Especially a data campaign. You should sign me on. My national campaign program Krana Meji Adenta de account. Because I want to prove this point. I know my reputation is at stake. And that is why I'm taking it personal. Just like I did the Boabin era. This is also I've taken this one personal as well.
Mate.
Yeah, some the tia Emma Denta MPP NDC for winning our mama gap 14,000.
Yes.
Against Boabia Samuano. Say omo transfer of votes.
It's not
Why am I
true. It's not true.
No.
Don't disturb the system. Transfer from where? Transfer from where? Easy for transfer. How many?
Transfer of votes.
Yes.
About 15,000 more votes.
From where?
From other places.
Jesus Christ.
Let me tell you something.
Say transfer register.
No, yes, almost transfer votes to that place. You see,
which is legal.
Oh, illegal. Okay. Anyway, I said that's how they won the seat massively. Let me give you.
I want him to finish.
Do sense. And Frere easy.
Okay.
Now this almost said transfers. And him 2020.
My point. Yes, Apalo.
2012.
Yes.
Ashimo. When Ashimo won, Ashimo got 35,000 votes.
Okay.
Against Francis Esiam, 30,000 votes. 2016, if I say Boabia Samoa won by 34,000 votes against 31,000 votes NDC candidates. How come? Say 2020, Omuchiminya 63,000 votes. Huh? Now MPP 42,000.
That is
meaning that
what you don't know.
I'll let you respond. Yes, Akpalu.
Masa, say me was a bio me wa adwene
Oshe new
campaign you know. People think say a small party in you.
Most science and data now
because remember maybe I make contest say me do be kwakojina akọ contest no. Me so my dynamics no.
Okay.
And I'm sure I met you conscious baby. Baby saying go pram.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a jump.
Huge jump.
A huge jump. So meaning and normal. Either there was a transfer of votes, which is legal. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. But we need to look into that. What I mentioned. It is obey when here two major parties in it, they think say normal. Some of them more grown up more than say. But maybe maybe I'm meeting the most that be way it's abnormal.
But since you would also failed candidates in constituencies, I will share often constituency elections then call for MPP for elected one at saying.
Oh, some more from the normal. Because say Dr. Okoboy.
Yeah.
There was no doubt say on when baby I know. Kozi, for instance, because he started a campaign earlier, and then do on my baby for Biabo and the poster ball. And you know already you know now that because Obia son of Pohunanim. And you know, be cry because Akusuani, who is Akusu, oh, MPP candidate, you know, and to be crapona on there what to man. Or more Macan, but of fake and they came later. Say, how the whole man in Itia and Nam Debia. Say, call baby, they say, voter region, for instance. There are some places or more candidates, be or more, but Oma maintain be based on past performance.
Yes.
What should I be say? Akachinov. The guy already honomo. Last time no, he got 4,500 votes, while the NDC got 9,011. You understand? And you know who say
gap no inclusive
because Akufo-Addo got 2,007.
Oh, okay.
And Mahama got 11,000.
Oh, okay.
So the mechano. What share? Baby say Saudi. Now share voting party now. Who say NPP improve. But there was a PPP guy. He has always come second. On the channel. But in the vote you know stagnant. So the channel. And you know we've done our search on so many constituencies and we know what is happening there. My conclusion is that if anybody tells you any constituency is a no-go area, I don't believe it. Every constituency is a go area.
Okay.
It's a matter of going there and work, making the people know so we are available to serve them. Those are not for Chesicania, they said, yeah, but to me, I would have formed a form for needing common idea. ebeboa and said transfers and you have to look at all those things. Another key. And you know, obi all my boss were winning baby. Money no one, so I have to sit down and find out how they manage to get that numbers. What am I saying? Because transfer. It's in there, and they say more I so the mechanic. It's Nina addition. All the mechanic.
Very well. We say Obi, what Akpalu is saying is very true. Same thing happened at Lejokuku. A guy I know at Westland came to vote at Lejokuku. Today, we have an MP who stays at Hacho. This time, it won't happen. Nana Amponsa Bediakon Edie Eni. We say, Obi, good evening. Why is Honorable Edua Sari so sure of the NDC winning the 2024 election and the Adenta seat? The electorate in Adenta know who to choose. After all, he was an incumbent MP for Adenta but lost to Yao Boabing Asamoah. He didn't lose to him. He lost in the primaries to Ashimore, yes. Alex Tufo Hamburg in Germany. Odie Eni. We say, Obi, good evening. Please ask Honorable Edua Sari to tell us the track record of Adamu Ramadan in Adentan before he became MP. Before, during, and now, he has no track record, and I'm ready to debate him on any day. Fear has gripped the NDC in Adentan after the election of Kozi as NPP PC for 2024. Stephen Kwesi Akwa, aka Mayor Carlos, Constituency Communications Officer, NPP Adenta Constituency, and on the way Abraying. We say Obi, Kozi and her team are ever ready to win the Adentan seat. Obana is the new ish, and nothing can stop it. Kwesi Reynolds, Agona Odobing, Odea Braying, and no. Dr. Ko, when I say me busa this question, Afimasiamba Kojoho. In the Greater Accra region, most of us some losses in 2020. And all those constituencies automatically became orphan constituencies. And the multi-year candidate. So what you've done in Greater Accra region, are you winning back your majority in the region? Mubetimi.
Oh, Obi. First of all, my chairman, regional chairman.
Okay.
Honorable Divine, I go home.
I go home. Yes.
Now my chair Rahel Tutu. Honor treasurer no.
Okay.
Honorable
Kofi, me bacho brase kakrana.
Sorry.
The venerable Dr. Okoboy Emra Cameron.
Mr. Chairman, regional chairman.
Sure.
And in the executive.
Yes.
I think Greater Accra, because a higher cosmopolitan, a hassle a sebi urban area no. A sebi nipa expectations and a nipa but there are certain parts in this country. Ukona the whole town is grateful. But Hano Ebia Enko exactly pulling profile.
Yes.
So I have standard nusu. And dynamics nusu doors. Now you see there are some truths and issues we run away from. But the truth is that a significant portion of our voting pattern is based on sometimes ethnic lines.
Yes.
And you go to some regions, one person sweeps all. You go another sweeps all. So if you have a constituency now like Lejokuku, it's about let's say 33% car. Coastal areas, when you watch, traditionally NDC has some strength.
Yes.
If you realize that Lejokuku, apart from that, the Ever community is also about 33%.
In Lejokuku?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, and Zongo is about 20%. So by the time you do the mix, you have very tough areas, not because of the policies you are speaking to, but
because of how they vote traditionally.
But there are people the more outreach you do, the more likely they can
gravitate towards
you. You know, so it's a tough place. And the picture is a little bit similar. So when you take certain constituencies like Obom
Domiabra.
Yes, I think either Obom or where you have this Moses
Enim.
Exactly.
Yes, Trobu Amasaman. They say now Trobu constituency. Yeah.
So we do MPP does well because he's a fine person. I mean, he was my leader.
Yeah.
But beyond that, when you look at the mix, a greater proportion are accounts. Me, I'm frank in my things. So when someone asks me how is Lejokuku, I tell them we have to pray hard and work hard. See, so if we also get scientific, we can do well. I say scientific because of the things I've learned over these years in elections. I don't discuss strategy too much.
Oh, of course.
But you have to look at the science, the data.
Science and data.
Exactly. So, why did we lose certain places? When you go and check, you see the factors. In my place, for example, my politics has been without intelligence.
Yes.
This time, I did allow intelligence. So I don't speak to how I feel. I look at
what the data is saying.
And sometimes even the messaging, the one who did it for me will tell you, this is what the people have issues with. This is what must be addressed. So Greater Accra is a tough place for us because of many factors. But if we will be sober and scientific and go to the grounds and not talk too much, when I hear of this Adenta, because you have to go and look at the documents, the data, and then take each item by item. And the things that must be done, if a party wins a particular constituency by 14,000 and you are a candidate, you must know that you have to sit more, look more, and work more. Places where Sebi, one party, maybe Obi or whole central, no end this in here. Now, Shia, maybe Agbenyo, now the film in Kasa, I was on Tinasi. Maybe I want to watch Jukakra. Obi, some of us were not lucky. We are not in such terrains. In fact, some of us where we are, your friends in the NDC must be more just an MPP. Of course. If you are looking at the data,
well, you need that.
Exactly. Last election, for example, my presidential candidate had 50,000 votes. Mama had 59,000.
Yeah.
But the parliamentary had 54,255. And he had 55,900.
Wow.
So over 4,000
in the presidential
came from the other side.
Okay.
Because of a lot of outreach, relationship. So I know from day one that there's more work to be done to pull people. So Obi, Greater Accra, we can do better than the last time.
Yes.
But it's a lot of hard work. Now, we can't hard work because this premise I'm going. Me but I had to travel outside for about some 8-9 days. We drew Ghana Thursday evening.
Yes.
Friday I met my team. Saturday I had to reach out to 1,800 people.
Yes.
In 6 days.
Oh. 1,800 in 6 days.
I have 343 police stations. Approximately 1,800 delegates. And I had to reach all of them in 6 days. Every person.
One-on-one.
One-on-one time will not even allow. So go to where they are and congregate.
Yeah.
That will be one session. It's a ball. So I know the feeling.
Yeah.
You are sweaty, your clothes is wet. When you clean, more comes. And Udrufia, you bath cold water. And when you are lying, even with air conditioning, it takes a time for you sleep. It's a lot of pressing. Even within the party. Because everybody has issue. An issue may be a sebi.
Yes.
But you need to spend time. And one thing to apply our politics, Obi, I learned it over the years. Every day, a new matter can come up. But if you are following the intelligence you are current, you address it. So if you have to, Friday night, I reach out to about 400 people. And you take the opportunity to address issues raised Thursday night. It's one of the things I learned. Sometimes, if you don't follow the intelligence, things have been done within 48 hours. They will change the outcome. So you trail until the day. And even was on the day, Accra, you are still following intelligence. So Accra is a tough terrain. And it's not impossible. It is possible. But it is not just going to come out of the blue. I spoke to some of my colleagues. I told them, you have to work with a lot of data. You have to work with a lot of data. And the NDC, they are good at taking one issue and selling it so much. Like Ufa General Hospital. What do you do? They sold La General issue so much. Osukra, Obi, La General. You see, they are effective. To do crawl.
No more cow.
Oh, crawl, polyclinical. Now, crawl near you. Now, La General, what's it crawl? They are told this I could do. So that's one thing that you can't take away from the NDC. They can sell an issue. It becomes so prominent. You have to sit down and address. So you have to know your opponent. And when you know them, you work accordingly. That's what I have to say.
Wow. Ekosiisen, Haya Sempa 94. FM. We say Obi, Honorable Eduasari is running away from his own shadows. Kosi is coming. Obana Adenta Yasantoa. We say Eduasari should continue to underestimate women in politics. Kosi will give him a showdown. Showdown.
Frances Graham so not Kosi. Chai.
Ekosiisen is high asempa 94.7 FM. Ma memfa wemu entwem. Hi, Obi, good evening. I'm your regular listener and I want to say God bless you for the great job you're doing. Tomorrow, 7th is my birthday and kindly give me a shout out, please. Nana Ekuya Nimo Otema Ochna Ewa. Happy birthday in advance to you, and I hope you live to be 94.7 and beyond. Okay. Ma Twaso. We say Obi, what Mr. Akpalu is saying is true. They bring people to register at Adenta. Okay. Good evening, Obi. Honorable Eduasari has a way of downgrading his opponent. You remember what he did to Dr. Baumia? We are all watching. Okay. In the Obinfo Sunyani Berlin top. And Udiwe. But hi, Obi. Dr. Matthew Poku-Prempeh is the man for the mission to break the 8. Oseyabua or Birmingham in the United Kingdom. Obi, you see the thinking of a Ghanaian politician. They are all thinking about enriching themselves when they come to power instead of them thinking about the country. Just listen to Eduasari telling Kofi Akpalu to join them, else if they win power, they are not going to help him. So Ghanaians should listen. They shouldn't make a mistake of bringing the NDC people back to power. Else they would sell this country. Mr. President, Denmark, and ono the way brain. Obi, please tell Honorable that Great Amwakun Ebenezer, the Baba, Zone 5, Lejokuku. Zone 5. Oh, sir. Great Amwakun Ebenezer, the Baba, Zone 5, Lejokuku. We brutal. We brutal. We say, Obi, please, I need education on this. If the general election goes to a runoff, can a party add 8 numbers to another party? Oh, David. David. We say, Obi, the NDC until their current PC rented an office for them. Okay, until their current PC rented an office for them at Sai Osud, no, Okaikwe South. They did not have an office prior, though they had a meeting place. Kwame Ejeyi Asante. Okay, I remember Makion. Hey, is it Makion? Did he cry then? Kion, Ababe top office. I'm part of the campaign. Nyamia Domutimi Ewini. And yes, we can confirm. So top office. Obi, NDC is complaining about the government, yet they don't have any alternatives to give. Really? Frankly speaking, Obi, the kind of politics we do in our country hinders our progress. NDC is so desperate for power. Napo all the way. And also regards to Dr. Da Costa Abuaje, Director of Health Promotion Division of the Ghana Health Service. And we say, Honorable Kojo Eduasari, what has Akpalu done to you and the NDC? Yes, we know that he has no office even at Amasaman. It does not give power to stop his DC ambition. Gamel or Ewutu Obra Chre and Udiwe Aba. We say, Obi, Napo is the person who would send the NPP far. Okay, Edem Ewo Tema. Odie enono. We say, Honorable Eduasari, okay, also don't waste your precious time on Mr. Illusional Akpalu. Akpalu die and I was illusions no share. Also die bemu. Oh, okay. Where's the Obi, please? I'm doing all that I can to let my business grow, but it's not easy for us, and I just want to give up and see myself on the street begging. Oh. And the Honorable Kojo Eduasari and because I don't give up. Hey. Charlie, and you yes.
In fact, and maybe now or mine.
Yes.
No more cancer, very, very important. They say Bank of Ghana now recognize the banks are not giving out facilities
to private sector.
Exactly.
Yes.
You see, one, Bank of Ghana, Mama Peggy base rate what 30%. So cost of borrowing is very, very high. It's going to be very, very high. I know you're one factor. Two, OBN say government is the biggest spender in every economy.
Yes.
Now government is also I didn't go for your mama. Yes. So how would the money get back to the banks? What I say? Because me a contractor. I work with this or bank. They work with Juma. I've not been paid. And the bank risk can one am the Juma come until say be triamica. And I'm a bank no saka music.
Because NIB is several letters to contractors. Bis amomo we say they are taking them to court.
NIB krano or my lenient. NIB my lenient because only say NIB for some time no more bobusia. It will bank na brepa because kofo my year adwuma di ajebusi NIB da ko year adwuma yentua o mo kan edoso enti sa banks ne san kan payment and free contractors no one ma banks no empty enti de bia me tran ma me kan say me the account chain kakra msu aye no and I me common sense amasuan wo fie no e kire me say na yes idea cities I'm happy aye omo man bi no Mr. Kwachi or Dr. Kwachi
Dr. Kwachi
I think say
Nitini won
I think recently or can say
Hari Krishna on
Bisu Busano na so can say we say Cocoa board
yes
na say I check for all the time say about borrow money to buy our own cash crops. We should be innovative enough.
Yeah.
I think say they are coming home. Because
but is that innovation? Because one thing I've been wondering about, and it's because annually, Cocoa Board syndicated loan no eba.
Yeah.
And are getting to December when pressure for dollar and Ecosra and the baby stabilize it way, you know. This year, syndicated loan in my.
Yeah.
What has happened? They say Cocoa Board got their buyers outside to advance Sika for them to buy. And so far, we report a call parliament or about 400,000 tons.
Yeah.
Inti Sika ne and around this time still that pressure ne ma seed in so man tumble, you know. What's happening?
Yeah, you see, I said Bank of Ghana. Emma Cocoa Board Sika. Normally talk cocoa free quiet more. What I say?
No, currently they are almost at the final stages of wrapping up syndicated loan arrangement.
We don't need that syndicated loan to buy cocoa. If anybody tells you we need syndicated loan to buy cocoa from the farmers, it's a damn lie.
But that's what we've been doing since the 1990s.
For 1992 to this time. It was a wrong prescription. I am for them Ghana. Ghana also they bought into it.
But I wouldn't say we've been there before. What you propose, Sanka Bank of Ghana, Emma Cocoa Board to buy cocoa. We've been there before.
That's what they should do.
What happened? They say it's through our inflationary figures out of gear, and we had to readjust and get back to this.
But you see, I saw Mama Muska as inflation 50-something%. And made this inflation, you know, the Bible thing. What kind of inflation? How did they manage to get that figure? Because one. Security security or mining. So there's no
the key driver is food inflation. If you check the data, key driver is food inflation.
Sikambu ya they got to idea with you. All the machine.
Yes.
You know, me whom be as inflationary, you know, everybody become just here. Because with the minimum say when the demand exceeds supply. So let me just in this amount for a gusu or more and a sikabu. So that inflationary figures, you know, meaning
because when the man busa me earlier question, they say I asked BOG officials, no ENRA.
Yeah.
The question about say Cocoa Board syndicated loan in my. What have they done to be able to maintain the system of saying CD dollar no And omo answer no say omo gold for reserve policy, you know. We say gold for oil, and you gold for reserve. And the Bank of Ghana and Kasa build omo reserves of gold. And they tell us say our policy no na amasisiano etimia sustaining system, no, even without cocoa board can come in.
I'm happy they are even telling you say they are buying gold. With our city.
Omo building reserve gold reserves.
Only city they took gold, you know.
I should think so.
Not dollar no to gold, you know. But city no to gold, you know.
Yes.
So why don't they use city to buy cocoa too?
Because city no de to. Syndicated loan ne ba. Say dollar ne ba build, na build ya ma.
But what he say, you know. Say dollar na EG.
Yes.
But who the city ne better.
Sure.
When you are paying back, what do you pay?
You pay in dollars.
Yes. And how do you pay? You CDs into dollar, and usually the margins alone, it pushes the figure.
No, but his prescription, they say, a do time a yakuto cocoa, BOG should finance it.
That's what they're saying. You should finance it.
They should finance it.
Rather than to go take
for the syndicated loan.
They should finance
because syndicated loan, you pay interest on the loan. You pay transactional advisors to lead it.
Yes.
And what to scale in advance. This time
the forest variation.
Exactly. And you know, and I will talk cocoa now to boss. You can sell the cocoa at your own pace. But what did I say? I say, the easy way, you know. We don't want to take our time to sell the cocoa and collect our monies. And you know, this can't now my father didn't go free. It's hard time that we have to add value to even our
BOGM financier. There are already issues about the central bank financing government and the government operations. Inti central bank and finance or more finance later cocoa but the triamo.
Exactly. When they sell the cocoa, then they pay them. Oh, because I'm going to Bosiana. I'm not going to go to Bosiano. Interest. It's not Bank of Ghana no more Bosiano. No more interest in my Bank of Ghana.
But Bank of Ghana was a Canada.
See this. They have control to print. They can print any amount to buy the cocoa.
It's not so. You can't print it.
You can't print it. See where Bank of Ghana
print money at home. Let me.
You issue say physical printing.
Exactly.
Printing in economic terms. You give money.
Exactly. Say Oma cocoa board. On kinds can go.
Yes.
But you credit their account.
Sure.
They open the account is there. It'll be a $2 billion equivalent in cities.
Na
at the account figures can know about.
Sure.
But they give them power to use the money. So buyers no more. They just credit their accounts. What I mentioned. So the money is circulating within the banking
system.
No, but so uni.
Yes, paper now you're printing one is
we know, but the point also is that. It's not just a matter of
there must be evidence
exactly
of the money.
The kind of example reserve should be there to.
You see, it's a trade-off between inflation and going through all this.
Absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely.
But if you print when the value of your economy has not improved, the value of your currency. So inflation can go high, and inflation will be paying.
Of course.
What you are trying to
do.
So you must choose between that route and going for the syndicate.
In the a straightforward matter of as president and finance minister, yes,
10 billion cedis.
Sure.
The contractors are not our site.
Yes.
So they are not working.
Yes.
So nothing happens in the economy at this point. Now, you shift them, you consolidate them, and give them to Bank of Ghana.
Okay.
Bank of Ghana will give you 10 billion. You now shift everything to Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana now did so that you pay these people, and then they take their time to finish the roads.
Yes.
Productivity will increase. But remember, and
how do you pay back to Bank of Ghana?
How you pay the contractors? That's how you pay back to Bank of Ghana.
But that's how you
No. Because so how is the government going to pay the contractors? The government have to work and pay them. Is that not it? So how he will work and pay contractors? He now take his time and work and pay Bank of Ghana. So the economy is working. People are employed. The producers and the suppliers are also running. The banks are also working. So motina hono hey. Motina hono sa ama abrofono editemam all the time. Yeah. Most of economy no the bianam ho kire mo. What was a blue Libya Bass or Bejabusara? But they be a modern Quajibusan or Chabro from Scanansa. They create money. They create money. Also, Bagan we don't have products, financial products on the market. But if you go to Europe, for instance, or America, we have a lot of financial products on the market. Somebody buys the loan. Okay? Somebody buys the loan from the bank. The bank can I relieve. We are Jibusian. Somebody comes and says, okay, let's consolidate all the loans. Not consolidating. Now why relieve? Now payment now a single payment instead of multiple payments.
You are simplifying the issue.
You know,
yeah, Doc.
Where I agree with my senior, say, as a country, if anybody tells me, say, the only route is syndicated loan, I don't.
Yeah, that is not true.
So we must be interested in new ideas.
Yes.
So I am for that, but. Some station, I don't know what I say. Apparently, there's a document that said anyone wants to lead any country must do some economics.
Yes.
Because some things on the outside look simple, but when you drill down, it's not easy. Like
easy, sir.
Obi, I read a book on how South Korea got transformed. Their leader was straight and brutal. He said the biggest threat is the international balance of payments.
Sure.
A balance.
Sure.
Trade balance.
As long as what you need to bring things into your country, I mean the forex, is way more than what you get from your sales. You are in trouble.
That's it.
You keep on struggling.
That's it.
And it's an international world, a community.
Yeah.
You don't print the money you want. The value you have, the price of your economy must match what you are printing.
Yeah.
Immediately you go beyond that, you are just devaluing the currency. So the point he made was that a country must be aggressive. That's aggression power at finding ways to reduce the trade. How do you call it? If there's a
deficit,
and have a positive current account balance. So they even started. They looked at what they had. They had hair. They talked to their people to donate hair. They were shipping it. It was the first product. From hair, they started doing shoe. Anything. And rice. They were not producing rice in good numbers, but rice was a staple. They encouraged them to start eating wheat. Even the general, the leader who led them, stop eating rice. And will eat rice only as a delicacy. He was only looking at the figures, the import figures. And he told them, if you can reduce your appetite, the pressure on our currency will be okay. I get so all this up. Look, I was happy when they said tomato alone, we import about $3 billion or so. Paste. It means your job is cut out. Target 2-3 items. Be aggressive.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Nigeria said they were banning importation of
rice.
At that time, they didn't have the capacity. But he wanted to, if you don't push yourself, when would you say that now I'm well prepared for?
Yeah.
So, look, we have to know our basic issues. And the reason why he said that they had money market is only when you have a lot of surplus in your economy that you can afford to create that market.
Yes.
It's like having more cars in your house than you need. You can decide to sell some of your cars, but in the house where they take trotro, how can you join that market? You say you need a car, you don't have the one for your family. You know, so because most of the products that they use are either produced in their country or the currency they are using to buy the product is similar to theirs.
Yes.
What am I trying to say? So that is the baseline. All the pressure. Sebi, Uko villager, Nipanudi, Bodie, Amankini, Waye bro, Omaye, Dono, and all that. And they don't fit too much into items every outsider.
Yeah.
So until you complaints, they don't even know.
Yes.
They don't buy milk. And about so most of their things are in the local economy. So the more immediate, but when they get into a trotro, they get hit because of the fuel. That one is not coming from here. So Obi, you know, last I was telling one of my colleagues on the other side that look, what to change this country is not a lot of talk. So one of your guys, Kumbo said it, is to look at the figures and ask yourself, how do you create a tomato value chain? South Korea, they invested into research, the type of seed. Why are we importing tomato from Burkina? It's only one reason.
And we spend
the kind of breed.
$100 million
water content
exactly.
in
but it's a product of research. So sometimes, you know, there are people who go to the laboratory, they mix different breeds to give you a type which you suit your. This is why you invest your money.
Hybrid,
Yes. And then when you invest your money, then you get the right product. You give it to your farmers en masse. I always say that when President Kufuor said wanted to increase tonnage,
cocoa, you know,
from 350 also to 1 million tons. People said, oh, they're not kind of. But you know, the 1 million, when Professor Mills, may so rest in peace, came, we virtually hit there.
2010.
Oh, how did we get there? Extension services, the mass spraying, this pollination. So, you know, when you engage in activities and you have a plan, you can get there. So this tomato, from research to how do you call it, land acquisition, Ghana here, land is a serious issue.
A major issue. A land tenure system.
If you draw the curve backwards to about 100 years ago, in Germany, in Italy, all these advanced countries, lands were being owned by families like the way it is here. So
and we take a decision to nationalize Omonsa.
Do you know why when you go to France,
it's the
you are in Paris or New York, you can see a building which continues like 1 kilometer straight. Do you know why you don't see some here? If the land is for individual families, how do you build like that? The land is in the bosom of the council. They're here to be assembly or the metro, and you have a system where the owners are known. So for whichever use it is put, they get their cut.
And I remember say me call Paris area be a very rich area, Angain Lebain. Into Udruha and on council officers no SCC Cronin Bebre into Ubesi Udaya. You send the plan to the council. The council will have to vet the plan and make sure say in accord with that and you build according to that plan. And no, you cannot do any other thing.
So all this, if you don't solve these fundamental problems, we will say we have to go into mass farming. This how the commercial farming. If you have to deal with 3 families, and one family gives you 1,000 acres, and the next day the other family calls you that there's a conflict between them, so it's being resolved at Supreme Court. They have just won. The one who sold to you is not the winner. You have to come back. You have no idea. I've met people in Germany, in the States, in UK. They came here to do business.
Of course. Our land tenure system is a mess, complete mess.
So, and you see, you have to be aggressive and radical. Because if you want to use so that's why these are the things you have to pay for.
And I agree with you because when you say Adeyama Yentimin BT Cote d'Ivoire in cocoa production, the land tenure.
Yes.
Cote d'Ivoire as I say nationalized. The government can decide say the whole land size of Accra you do cocoa.
Yes. Exactly.
Plantations Bebre.
Compulsory acquisition there was a buy and process I will be go through.
Yes.
Now saying crown the new land act na man a bit weak Accra. But it's and again, doc, we share numbers now we count tomato in the tin tomatoes, we spend $1 billion a year importing tin tomatoes. Fresh tomatoes from Burkina Faso, $100 million every year. Rice, $800 million. Toilet rolls and tissue, $100 million. Beverages, $200 million. Gut, bladders, $164 million. Sugar and confectionery, $300 million. Flour, isam, $600 million. Poultry and meat, $400 million USD. Fish, $245 million. Fish.
When the
sea is here. Textiles and apparel, $250 million. Cooking oil, $300 million. Tiles and ceramics, $200 million. Plastics, $500 million. Paper, $600 million. Pharmaceutical and chemicals, $750 million. Iron and steel products, $600 million. Cars and spare parts, $2 billion. Furniture, honorable furniture, $250 million. Home appliances, $900 million. For these 20 products, we spend $10.8 billion annually on these 20.
If you read about these countries, they didn't transform every sector at a go.
Of course.
So we can say that for the next 5 years, our target is to deal with tomato and rice.
Sure.
And if there are people farming rice in the Volta region, if you go there, the gaps are clear. Access to credit. What's the cost of the credit? In certain countries like South Korea, they created banks. We have some form of Exim and all this.
Sure.
But you have to target, you see, and make sure it goes to the right people, not the one who is not in the farming. And the incentive is such that the farmer knows that when you receive this money and perform, you give the outcome expected, you get even more money.
Yeah.
And South Korea took a decision that scientists will be paid better than the politician. So the researchers who were working into the type of seeds to plant for their rice to close the gap, they received more salary than the president. They knew they were giving special cash.
Yeah.
And guess what? When they were in the 60s, after the Korean War in 45 or so, Obi, those who were treasured or valued were those in the arts, philosophers and lawyers. The president sat down, went to Germany, and they told him that, look, you don't transform a country with the arts. Arts is good. Listen,
sure.
Invest in technology.
In technology and science.
And apparently, because they had been colonized by Japan for long, the features they described were like Ghana. They said the typical South Korean didn't believe in his capacity that he could compete with the world. That was one. The typical South Korean didn't respect time. And the typical South Korean didn't just care about results. So they took a few of South Koreans, built a special school for them, and trained them like soldiers. They wake up at 5 in the morning, they sleep at 11. And beyond academics, taught them principles and values like an army. And made them go and compete at technology competitions global. They started beating Japan.
That's right.
And that's what told them that it is only about resetting the country. They can perform like the Japanese.
Resetting. I love the word resetting.
So we can transform, but it will not come with all this as if all is well. It must be aggressive. So if it's the tomato value chain you want to close, Obi, you even sometimes educate your people to come on board with their taste. So that if I prefer tomato paste imported, but I want to help you sow the vision to the country, then everybody in every village knows that now we've forgotten about that. Even if this tomato appears a little bit less red, we'll cook with it, knowing that it will bring pressure down and our country will develop. This is what they told the whole country. So Obi, these things are very deliberate, stepwise steps you have to take. And if we don't do that and still major in the conventional thing, look, in the next 100 years,
we'll be here.
The difference between now and then will not be much.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm happy Dr. Koboy is coming home.
Which my is home.
Yes, we see, because
Nana Ano here. Say, Obi, those opposing government restrictions on importation of chicken, i.e. Bruni Wewu chicken, and others must review their position. Just imagine if our government has the gut and the courage of conviction to ban the importation of wigs, false artificial nails, and eyelashes that we spend some $4.5 billion annually to import. Do you know how our trade balance will immediately go into surplus? Cast your mind back to Colonel Kutua Champon's Operation Feed Yourself. Nana Ano Ami here. Thank you. Afternoon, Obi. It's always delightful watching and listening to Dr. Okobo. He's endowed with wisdom and has humanity at heart. God saved my life through him during the COVID period. God bless him. Kwame Bosheba, Ewo, Ohio, US of A. And Kwame Yadase, Papa, ma mention yes, Apaluna, the now person will come on. Yes.
Aggressiveness now been an American. The way we have been doing things, we need to move away from that. So them and be aggressive. Oko Eisen Bank, and other institutions, facilities, Oko their focus is on export. Okay?
But no so boy balance there.
No. We have to focus on export substitution, import substitution.
Sure.
Because you consume them and the man do not import. So whilst you are focusing on export, and neglecting what you consume, you end up always putting pressure on the city.
Yes.
It's so much change. No, we say neman ye use no ye produce yade. Because of setting up factory best a $20 million factory, now also they produce shoes. All that the person need to do is to go and buy go for no more YSL. And I say
Yves Saint Laurent.
Yeah, YSL. Bakubino Koto Bakun is other shoes. Zara no money that day. No obetete. Obetete. Or it's no her pattern and one now produce. So the mature now the wool label about offer YSL but wool label. Ghana it is what first you are using the same quality now or more use to your money man. You can have it. ebema obi nkoto bibi mfiri abrochi so dem mechere be ombeto kura be kakra bi enkura be ko school o ma be koi empa bo ankura no be hye de ko school no hwan na produce me ba cho what you say look at the number of cases o ma wie SDHS o mo ko SHS o mo ye best 400,000 me bo na 400,000 you know be hye shoe no ko school who is producing those shoes there's a market here we have to be aggressive enough to produce what we consume. Banks, you know, omunya yo so omo. Na banks, you know, timi mabosia. No mutu na banks busia scale mo de koma contractors. Omo so de ma importers. What me jaro. You know, omo so and the man.
Yeah, but buying a crown here the biggest spender. Said you can earlier, no. Buying casa priorities in terms of the spending. The cross be requirement on it. In the end, even state agencies say a basse. New minister by change furniture e one officer or motor furniture ni free. And even when a buying and casa or mine is kakra spending no, we don't spend it to benefit. We create a juma other countries.
One second.
Kojonim furniture. But when you say kruma your problem is finishing. Me boy.
And make us finishing no. A buying problem then with
I went to some local furniture shop because of my belief in the Ghanaian.
Yes.
Me furniture first time me to furniture to furnish my room. Me start here juma. Me koto ni na hawo some local furniture. I pour my body natural. Obi. Oh, but if me furnish the whole house with local. Say now no one can say imported in China. Ghanaian furniture or start here no local no. Oh. Say so imported from.
In the auto under the guy say
my Ghana there in papa ejina Obi and check. Now so I went back and asked and because say didn't they Ghana say products no na feel I feel sad obi I didn't say I ji dia Ghana didn't that's what I'm saying no na meto no until since then Obi until say also koto all the enemy nyina
you see Obi
yes
say Rebecca Omo last minute vice running mate issue. I mean can't wait like light one. You see Obi ya mubi no em say ya calm and abro so your type of politics you per se what we are seeing today and it's not attractive to us. Personally, it doesn't attract me anymore. Because now if you say ours should be solutions to challenges. Yeah, you know. Your parents in family you go through those hard times, you know. Bano and kaya dream say the babesis and and we keep talking about furniture, which is an area that I am so well versed in. Obi, my first question at the BIA Bisani say, what is the policy on wood felling in this country? You say that whole industry war. Because when you say chainsaw operator, what banning on? Now, a pebino, they should go and buy a concession. Na omuncha ban be approve concession amomo no mocha na they should process it and then feed it to the market. Market you did not define what percentage should go to the local market and what percentage should go outside the so ne bo no was so nti se okutwa full log no na o pai na otumi ma we no mu specification free ho abeda obe 6 months crown timi miti na wakutwa na ni nyina gu container mu na eko off carts na enye papa no na wa pai o de akogu ni so me nti wo Ghana ni no wo kwa eno na wo kokoto. Some of it what the papa no volumes no ko nti kakra bi na eba I say we are still depending on the banned friend saying chainsaw operators no nia omo twana amodefa back door edible system no and no more saturate your market. And let me tell you what the problems with it. Because you're banning into, you know, they are unable to come through the proper channels with it. First, now you try to 16 feet. Indiana Tintino. This time, 16 feet, you need a much longer track. That me for 16 feet. And also far, or the bar, police Nibia or Behunubia suspect say, Bibi woman as I saw her. Intino. Now, wafa we chemu mienu 16 feet, you know. First, kramu chemu, omu ba 14. And now they cut that 14 into 2. 7. Now, also chainsaw no omu di chaniti. Mark a ruler beyond down. Intino ye cha sachia o ayedie o ti 7 na ya cha ya chemu 2 no. E be 7 and quarter. 7 3/4. Inti wu kotosa diano now the babe ye juma. You need to spend time and cut off all the extra measurements now. So that is all against you. What you got now? But who slices those off?
An additional cost
against you. 2 years kakana obenyano. You have to factor all the off cuts. Now the no be the free China bar. The same things.
You can't compete.
How can you compete? Spray a friend said chemical this spray you produce you import at the bar. Spraying gun you import. Massa, how can you compete with China or Turkey? Technology are okay finishing. When I can't finishing. Master, finishing Ben a Ghana 18. No finishing. Today we have machines, computerized. It's weird design now the same one. Okay, say on channel L, obicha, channel Y, obicha. You to travel. And when I say Mortis, yeah, now this is any. Yes, I will join it. What join? To finish, you know, your plywood, they bet me up within a matter of 2-3 minutes. They bet me up Sunday plywood. And my swire, what the chemical to sources here. Shine. Until the finishing, they don't even bring that one in. Now we are. Oh, Thomas, mama. He had confidence in the local or try and far. So now, need them mudio. Until Osisanaji, what will happen at National Health Insurance? Because, okwa. The Wahono and Obekwakoto. Would the command local person now be a quote of a man? Would the company Okoto already made now? You will even be better. And at time or the baby, any time I will hear any day because we are not growing them to that capacity. Woman, a Juma no cat was 3 weeks, maybe we are. You've
beautifully identified the problem. I buy bit me a day.
What can government? That's what I'm saying, sir. You see, I buy be a bar, including my own government people. They try to touch the surfaces.
Yeah.
Instead, sir, like stakeholders now in problems there from what transit for we said them moon dreams are there
and come up with a solution.
In
the sector.
They can show you the nuances. Yeah.
So now you say, oh, way, okuta then they technical, polytechnic, then money has found once a demo, and then they are the ones drawing policies. This kind of policies that will be inimical to the whole thing. Ethiopia, this has been our problem. We also a buying policy, like you are saying, the rice in Nigeria, they had to ban. They say, Nigeria,
restaurant be a several
local rice. Nenchinam, do you understand? Yenjai Nenchinam na yadi Nenchino higher property. When you have cows, you are rich. Now you are livestock. No yet for feeding the Ghanaian. This will be a ton in Nigeria.
A symbol of wealth.
Exactly. So that mentality must be cleared so that you see you call into cattle a year, a large your friend scale, for bedi. What I say? It ama enam who call outside Accra, ne bo from Patoba Chroma, ne no. How do you substitution?
And the worst part is that I assumed those days say. African.
Yeah.
No, even the livestock. They are.
Burkina, Niger, Mali. They are all a free back.
We cannot grow.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's why the
my worry with this policy, this ILI issue.
Yeah.
Which one comes first?
Chicken and egg
situation. Yeah, Mbani.
Now ramp
up. And I say,
ramp up and Sunday.
You understand? For me,
it's a difficult.
That is the dichotomy we need to address. Because you can't just in a vacuum. Personally, that's my belief. Say, all of a sudden, overnight, why a law? Inti obi nipa kakra bi na hye dan mu and amona be determine whether young fanam embra krum and answer my fanam embra krum. What you say? Me, I think say your system be a kwa. You're running it dada. No,
no sipa ma pon.
Oh, jai. 2 minutes.
No sipa ma pon.
No, but this is a key issue.
Oh, no, very critical. Running mate a bit more honest.
Say, your friend is saying, if the young try say, you best start BB. Would you cabrola ipo and I kakra and kwa. You now want to so kakra. Ebia volume yi some crofo we now your mamo this is your mamo cap you can't import beyond this because you was you produce locally to meet this particular volume but set we bia san shedan ni ho emono de yes we are producing rice quality net saying so okoto local rice usually start.
But even for Osha airline now, Osha airline now,
yes.
Even Omua Obe Wajin say Ube import. Even when you get the permit to import, and to start with, the local producers will be given a percentage of more I think a 40% or so.
Right.
If we import and now say Akoko we import be bar, you have to show to the committee say you've purchased from the local producers. This amount,
policy, it has been there. Even during our time, it was there. What I say,
okay.
But points then they say, I have me there.
Import,
no.
And the import
politicians, are interested.
Stop import.
The import lobby is too powerful.
Exactly. Politicians, because I could call it 2-3 months. Answer. Your friend is now poultry farmer. Or no, what you and cocoa. Unya kabari bien free. But say import say import then copy a year. Masa, they have be the side. It's politicians no import interested in the import side. Do you understand? But for me, you can't build a nation
like that.
We cannot. The Ben you better try round say kosi. Do you understand?
It's true.
Say in the produce yadewa. It is a say ban importation kura kamene kamepeso.
Me problem no na me bisa chicken and egg.
Mama 24-hour economy no. Say NDC for support to importation ban on this and this restriction.
But that will create the demand naturally in the system.
That one the men fan oh, now
also about 24-hour economy.
Okay, first me can first now so unti say on say na
also about 24-hour economy. 24-hour economy no so no. Me medical ka say nema bebre no hadada. 24 hours. But over by had for there, it's all catch me to say, maybe I'm your produce, I'm your consume. It will support will be going to manufacturing. I'm going to support you big time. Say that I'm running 24/7. Now, I didn't produce no. Abawe a yama on that. Omo lay foundation amount. Said the bear, Oba,
foundation now.
Trees. I think I spring it up. No support to Mama 24 1 hour. Now I was saying, my yard. A year, Banasi embassy baby. Also, they don't play. Now I go ask Waka. No, I say, I
won't yes here.
Ekosiisen so ne.
Obi, we get 1 minute.
Time na kan.
1 minute.
Me time.
No, my 5 minutes. I me say.
How do I come home?
Me personally, me te ha mati bibre.
Names no.
So
what Gina no pokwa jamande no.
O kan ya de na kan na.
Na hwan de na opesa o.
I never will be under na.
I don't know won come de.
What dey share mo program program so. Mo fa ya de nka. Me I'm a young man and I believe in our young people in this country. But personally, Napo the other braka.
Umpe Napo. Okay.
Personally, I don't think so. He compliments
Dr. Baumia well.
I mean, I don't see the vibe.
And who do you see?
Well,
if you are asked to choose one person, who do you see?
Almost messing up the system already. I told you, Sanka, Okaya. On Atama war system, you know, I was thinking, say,
Uncle Betty, so
that they just because right now, I don't think Kennedy will want to do this work. And Corno would have given them a certain impetus.
Okay.
Napo is slow.
Okay.
On to me and
say Chairman Sabonsu.
Not a bad choice.
Esla Usu.
Oh, please. I know the
Freema Pare, Chief of Staff.
Age is not on her side.
Okay. Edu Chum, Education Minister.
Edu Chum was say education.
Oh, was say education.
It is or the cohort or the baggage from education.
Joe Wise.
Joe Wise has what it takes. I think so.
John Kuma
is my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's building into the system.
Kwabene Japan.
Super.
Kwabene Japan.
He will be my best bet for the MPP.
Kwabene Japan.
He will be my best bet
for the MPP.
Who's a catcher earlier on when they were doing the primaries?
Yeah.
Say, look, so far he was the only candidate among the 10.
Okan Semwa.
As a statesman, in some year crying in some betna de mwaka in the past 1 hour. In Koma in our Kwabena be this and community. And for me, that is the kind of person
you are looking
at. Wish say they'll come into the limelight. Because otherwise this country
Kofi Akwalo.
In fact, say me pa na me chusua.
But next week, buy a Beckham Monsomo party there.
Right.
Next
week, Samina me choose. Now, Samina me choose. Any part me choose the party.
Freema Pare.
Yes.
Chief of Staff. As running mate.
As running mate. Because one, ni fear were any moon. Baumia, if you, and you know, also Obama name
of Joe Biden.
Yes. Sometimes you need people with experience to support you. Let me say I'll go for
Freema Pare.
2, Freema Ayoba. It will give them a different and 3, Freema from Ashanti region. Or qualities nina omuhia. So many are break pass some break it.
Freema.
If they go for any other person apart from Freema, and then
Freema Pare, yes. The Chief of Staff.
If only they seriously, if they seriously want somebody, Obetima power more. Freema, because Freema, she has been the longest serving Chief of Staff.
Yes.
When you experience in managing all the ministers, when you experience in it was the Baki,
Dr.
Baumia will excel.
Freema Pare.
Exactly.
Dr. Okoboy.
Obi.
Manu go fear.
But we know what you mean.
Take this. Let this come. But I don't go to.
Ekosiisen in the higher 94.7 FM.
Kewaka ya kami out there say. It's
been an interesting conversation. Thank you so much.